Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ayel de la Cruz, and I will be sharing my curriculum metaphor. And now I'm using shoemaking as curriculum metaphor. It is said that curriculum or shoemaking is a process of making a footwear, whether a boots, sandals, slippers, rubber shoes, etc. It is all depends on the preference of the buyers. The person who is making the shoes is called in the Philippines as zapatero or shoemaker. In the traditional way, shoemakers work alone on one pair of shoes at a time. There's no denying that the end product will be high quality. However, this method of working means it can be months before you get a glimpse of your new shoes. But because of the Industrial Revolution, wherein technology and machinery were invented, the process of making shoes become faster and easy, but producing the same high quality of shoes. Shoemaker or zapatero as a teacher, the shoemaker was the one who is acting as educator. He was the one who is in charge in doing the process of measuring the size, stamping and sewing, assembling the shoe, steps and insoles design, then turn it into a desirable kind of shoes. Now, here are the characteristics of a shoemaker. First is artistic. Second, knowledgeable. Third is patient and careful. Being artistic is one of the characteristics that a shoemaker should possess, meaning a shoemaker should be creative and be able to make an original work. Without being artistic, the shoemaker will not be able to give different varieties and follow the demands of his consumer. It is the same with being a teacher. A teacher should be artistic in making and in delivering her lessons. Being creative helps the teacher to teach difficult lessons in a way that the student could easily understand, like preparing visual aids, arts and crafts, etc. And through this, even the lessons are difficult, the students could easily learn and at the same time enjoy their lessons. And aside from that, aside from being artistic, it is also important for a shoemaker to become knowledgeable. in drawing patterns, or shoemaker is knowledgeable in drawing patterns and choosing the right kind of leather materials for shoe and upper and insoles, because the ability to visualize how a shoe will look is important in the overall designs of the shoes. And here, the teacher should demonstrate expertise in her teaching, just like a shoemaker who has skills in making patterns, measurement, and choosing right kind of leather. The teacher should also know how to make her lesson plans and activities based on the level of his students. And then, for the traditional way of making shoes, a shoemaker should be careful and patient because he will do the same process manually. He should be also get into details to produce quality product. It is the same with the teacher. He should be patient and careful in just like a shoemaker who allotted ample time to make just one pair of shoes. The student might not get instantly our lessons. The teacher should be patient in giving them time to process what they have learned in the class. On the other hand, in modern process of making shoes, shoemaker usually use technology and machinery. So, being technology driven is also important for a modern shoemaker. Lastly, the shoemaker should be able to give a satisfying and quality product to his consumer. The goal of a shoemaker is to make a shoes that last a long time and look attractive after considerable wear. Leather as a student. In making shoes, there are five major materials, which is leather, textile, synthetic, rubber, and foam. But in this curriculum metaphor, I will use leather to describe the student. According to how shoes are made by the sneaker factory, the most crucial features in shoe design is not the pattern used for the shape and the design for the shoe, but the fundamental material for which the shoe is made. I choose leather because it is first, it is durable, meaning it is not easy to deteriorate and it can exist for a long time. Second, it is because it is flexible or it is capable of bending easily without breaking. And lastly, it is sturdy. If it's get wet, it will quickly dry on their own. This all makes leather shoes conform to the fit of the wearer like no other shoe material can. It's no surprise then that the leather is one of the most common materials that shoemaker use. How it will be related as a student. Just like a leather, they will start as a plain leather, and though through the help of the shoemaker, they will become high quality shoes that is flexible, meaning they are ready and able to change so as to adapt to different circumstances in life. Second, they were durable, they were functional and able to withstand the pressure. And lastly, they were sturdy, they were firm, steady, and determined. And of course, a leather will not be a high quality of kind of shoes without process and with all and it will all happen in the showroom. And these are the process of making shoes. First is trace, fit, and select shoe style and leather. Fit like fingerprint are unique. We trace each person's feet to ensure that the shoes are precisely fit to the unique shape of your feet. And in most cases, that means even your own 2 feet are not exactly the same size. Custom shoes ensure the best possible fit for your unique fit. As it is related to the classroom, the shoemaker or the educator should understand that all students are unique. They have different personalities, different style of learning, different backgrounds, etc. And the educator should choose a learning material that could fit to the level and need of the students. Setting objectives in teaching, whether memory, understanding, or reflective objective, is also important to attain the desired outcome in teaching. And secondly, the second process is hand cut uppers and sole from pattern pieces. This serves as a pattern for making issue. It is also important in the process of molding and teaching the students because it provides sense of order in teaching. This is also the stage wherein students can develop important skills like critical thinking and logic, patience, focus, and determination. The third the third process is punch, stitch, and assemble uppers. It is the process wherein little by little the leather become a shoe. It requires nails, needle, yarn, and hammer to make all the patterns into reality. In this process, the students will learn the practical aspect of their studies. The learning that they get from school will now apply to their lives. It is from rhetorical to practical aspect. And lastly, it is last, cure, varnish, and lace. Lasting is the process by which shoes are shaped around a wooden form, called last. The last is slipped into the assembled shoe and then placed into a warm oven overnight to allow the leather to tighten around the form, or cure and take the final shape of the wearer. This is the final touch of process wherein the shoes is already formed according to the desired design and style of the consumer. It has a unique and competitive results for the market. It is the same with the students. After they undergo process or all the learnings, the outcome is unique, competitive, and highly quality result. So, thank you po. This is the end of my presentation. This is my curriculum metaphor. Thank you.